Deadpool and Wolverine.
What we've all been waiting for.
We're not
Moment's
reviewing
here.
Deadpool and Wolverine as a whole podcast because the other two schmucks here didn't want to watch it.
It was embargoed.
I saw it.
Todd saw it.
Oh,
I just got
wow.
back. I just got back from it.
He just got back from it. Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm sure Todd will have words on it. I talked to him about it yesterday a little bit, and I just told him, you're going to hate this movie. So Deadpool Wolverine, currently the number 181 on the IMDb Top 250. Directed by Sean Levy. It stars Ryan Reynolds, Hugh Jackman as Deadpool and Wolverine. It is the return, or it's the introduction of the X-Men universe to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And you decide to make that introduction with Deadpool because he's the only part of the X-Men franchise that's still living that is worth anything. But you resurrect Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, which is always good. So it's definitely a Marvel movie, but it's also an R-rated Deadpool movie. If you enjoy Deadpool, there are parts of this you're going to love. The opening credits I found hysterical, and Todd probably hated. It's hilarious watching Deadpool give his commentary not only on what he's doing, but also on what the MCU is and kind of how crappy the MCU is right now, which he makes comment on in the middle of an MCU movie, which I thought was pretty funny. But also it's this like strange, weird swan song to just everything 20th Century Fox did for the Marvel universe. And it has a lot of, and this is why a lot of people are probably loving it, it has a lot of callbacks in a similar way to Spider-Man No Way Home, which was just this nostalgia trip that everyone fell in love with because it's a nostalgia trip. And I think Deadpool and Wolverine, it's Deadpool, but also it's a nostalgia trip at the same time with more cameos than you could even know what to do with. I love Deadpool. I love the character. I love how he treats everything. This is classic Deadpool. The story was, it's stuck in this crappy MCU multiverse stuff that's going on. And so that was okay. It was great to see Hugh Jackman back, though. Watching the two of them, and they're just like could you call it anti-chemistry because of how much they hate each other? It was palpable and fun. I'm giving it a tepid 3.5 stars. Really, I should be going 3 stars. I really should be going 3 stars.
Yeah, you even tepid 3.5 stars. That's like a.
Because I the more I think about it, the more I want to lower it. But I really had way too much fun with this movie to just say 3 stars. It's 3.5 for now. It might end up at 3.
It's much more worth seeing than Quantumania was.
Way more worth seeing than Quantumania.
Thank you, Terry. Did you just interrupt yourself?
Todd has access to the soundboard now. He keeps on. Okay, so that I think that's where I'm at with this. Todd, how bad was this movie for you?
I mean, it's bad, but I mean, I will say, like, Deadpool is a top 100 movie for one of us on this podcast. I give it 1 star. I hate Deadpool, and Deadpool 2 I thought was only marginally better. I give it 1.5 stars. This, I think, because Wolverine is in it, it makes it a little bit better than that, but I still am at 1.5 stars. To me, it's like if you take like the Fall Guy with how like absolutely aware of what it's doing is, and you mix it with Space Jam 2, and then you throw in the multiverse, and that's kind of what you get here. But Hugh Jackman grounds it enough to make it not completely unwatchable. But it is a really long movie. It is a long 127 minutes or whatever. And Ryan Reynolds even acknowledges that at one point. He's like, "Hey, we're getting to the end of this. Don't worry." Like he says that before the start of like the second to last scene because it's like, yeah, we were all like looking at our watches. We know that. I'm not a fan of Deadpool. I think he is incredibly annoying. The opening credits was interesting, but it was like it was just like an animated sequence essentially. Like there was no actors in that. It was like, I mean, there was a cool NSYNC song playing in the background, but whatever. I don't know. Like, yeah, but Fall Guy meets Space Jam 2. That's what you're getting here. And they even say how the multiverse is annoying, but yet you built the whole movie on the multiverse. So whatever. I mean, it's a 1.5 star movie. It sucks, but I mean, it wasn't as bad as the original.
Wasn't as bad as the. That's better than I was expecting to get out of you.
That's the most generous 1-star review I've ever heard.
1.5 stars. Now, well, see, the thing is, I've given a lot of 1.5 and lower to the MCU. I'm not a big fan, and I don't honestly understand how this is actually going to fit in. I don't think it's going to necessarily. I did like some of the cameos. There was some Spider-Man No Way Home stuff in there, especially with like when they team up with some three characters. That was pretty cool. I don't know why they chose those 3, but they did. It was very similar to when you saw John Krasinski and whoever else in Spider-Man, right?
that was Multiverse of Madness.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, one of the like 100 multiverse movies we have, yes. So, I don't know. But this is also a Ryan Reynolds movie through and through because it is directed by his guy. It is directed by the director of Free Guy, and it even has his soccer owning buddy in there at some point. Rob McElhaney is one of the guards or something. It's a Ryan Reynolds movie. He's a producer. He's the writer. This is a Ryan Reynolds movie, and it's a monster hit. 205 million opening weekend for an R-rated movie is absurd.
That is absurd. And top 250 on IMDb. Really?
Hey, you gave it 3.5 stars.
I know.
Apparently,
all right,
you have a lukewarm 3.5 stars.
It's a 3. I'm switching this. What am I doing? It's a 3-star movie. It's 3 stars. If it had nothing to do with the MCU, it'd be a 3.5-star movie. But the fact that it's trying to like connect with like what it started in the Loki show, I'm just like, why are we doing this?
We'll see. The commentary was annoying because he keeps trying to make you care about what's going on in the business side of things, which is interesting, but not while you're in the middle of an action movie, right?
No, I don't mind. I don't mind his. What, you're just talking about the Deadpool being Deadpool stuff?
No, I mean like him like calling the other characters by their actor names and stuff like that, and like talking about Kevin Feige and stuff like that. And it's I don't know. I mean, I don't think it really fits, but I get what you're trying to do. But it doesn't blend as well as it should.
I like the fight in the car where they hit the radio and Greatest Showman kicks on for a second. Like, that was pretty funny.
I don't know.
Probably didn't even
as much as you do.
There's so many little self-referential things that are
very meta.
Great. Yeah. Anyway, all right. I guess that's better than I could have expected.
That went about as well as we could have anticipated. Mm-hmm. Terry, I think you should just go for 3.5, man. You know you enjoyed it. If you feel it, chase it.
Chase it. Yeah. Well, speaking of that, let's just move on.